I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall.
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't...
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slavers' carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But
You made the right decision.
the goblins may still...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be...
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage. This way. Too slow. Who are you? A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through...
Why should we run? One...
Perhaps. But we're here to freedom, safety, the life...
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't to...
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do?
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After...
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back.
Thank you. The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this'll put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
The Litlins have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I just... Or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely. You may...
No. I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then what kind of leader sends people into danger without... I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to beware.
We swore the same oath as you.
It's good to see you.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than...
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole. I never doubt. Thank you for your... I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk, but... I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play.
You will. In time.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting.
You'll do fine. Taya, trust...
Thank you for the... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the one ill-conceived incision. A single slip. And even success means tremendous pain. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill...
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be assured.
You sound like Taya. It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. All too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Easy does it. It's over! I can't see it.
Come, Clive! Let us turn back before we lose our way!
Let's go.
Easy does it.
No holding back. Good girl.
you think those soldiers are?
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehere. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, go!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Go.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Friend. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw. Take it!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Farewell! It's you.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't ship.
How about a hot bath to soothe the...
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing...
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not at all.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies.
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm a long-standing pillar of your community.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually...
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what business do you have with the desert?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello.
Silver! Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Soil and stone!
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furter?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
The most fragrant herbs
The
and
finest fabric.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the... So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man... 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you...
What trouble?
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damsel...
What did you call...
My apologies. Follow the... Oh, but that was 3.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with... Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on it.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me. Is it...
You've heard then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves, pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so?
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
One bite and you'll be begging for more.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword? Oh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock.
You have...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have bright...
What was all that crashing and banging?
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only...
All right. But not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think that. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been... I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere. And pocketing the profit.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then. Just and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought that... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Come on.
Whoa. I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle.
Good! I'm just getting warmed up. Over here! Sick of them! This one! Over here! Well, that wasn't... How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that...
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's... I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one...
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and well...
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men. Until you two came along. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive? I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you. very much. Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Stelan. Tu Isagelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, wait, sorry. My mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's, at least a soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you? Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a... I know how busy the Briar's Kiss is.
I'd be a fool.
So...
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind.
The way I see it, there's only one way. We need information.
You're right. Now, who... There's plenty of folk in Dalam. There's the butcher. Of course, they're bound to have an opinion or two. All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher.
All right.
Let's hope that someone's...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
It would make her fine.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Welcome, sir.
A question. If I need to know what make...
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. Knife, first and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins! Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is...
You all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the...
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water, but I can't go and investigate for fear of my... I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. These baths are all that keep me from my livelihood.
I'll be asking for you again.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal greaves.
You can't even fill... Ha! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question. Can you tell me what...
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard.
Thank you.
All business, eh? Manner.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Good day, my lord. An excellent choice. Fare you well.
Finally, we'll be able to get one.
Sweet incense!
The most fragrant
Yes,
herbs
they're
and spices.
So, you learn anything useful, or...?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see...
All the cook said was that he needs too heavy and they do his
So we're no better off than when we start. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his... But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that... No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough. The trouble is, it's either durable or it's light, meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentices know better than to help. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lou. I bet she'd know.
My carpets have... Pride of place in Castle Dasbog.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
Ready, go?
Yeah!
Straight home now.
Cook has finally made his
Any luck? What will you be needing?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you...
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me.
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's...
You'll have no trouble.
Then I suppose I'll...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just...
Good girl.
Fly up, Rosie.
I can walk from here.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. If needed, to a silken softness. Made from the stoutest stoneware. Just look at the hanging lanterns. Keep the darkness from your door.
Finally, we'll be able to get what's done.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I... Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is current. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you've seen, they're soldiers. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army.
Not by choice.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has... I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter... I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Southern needs.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on.
What the hell are those things?
explains the heat. Out of the frying pan. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of...
I wasn't sure how much, but I hope this isn't.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Huh?
It's a fine-looking...
That sounds like my cue. And
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
let's take a look. First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the... What do I... It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with and it's heavy. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the limestone. Was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that...
And I was so certain I had it all.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but... Next question. How much do you think I would charge if...
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say...
And who? The butcher? The hunter? The Dalimil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... just... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of...
I will? What would you do if you...
I'd do what I always do. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds a net. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make...
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? But meaning, I had you...
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge...
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever...
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots!
There he is.
Bowls and basins.
The man who's... I was hoping we'd be seeing you. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What...
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back.
Hanging lanterns, keep